Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Real Sports with myself, Colin Morris, and the magnificent master himself, Matt Thomas. We are here to break down everything going on that everybody really gives a shit about in the world of sports. Today, we're going to be breaking down NBA free agency. We're going to be getting into a little bit of Olympics talk. We got a lot of gold medals this weekend, and we got a little basketball going on right now in the Olympics. Kind of hot if you're down to stay up late. And also, we're going to discuss a little fantasy football. Matt and I are big fantasy football fans, and we know we can get down with it if you guys are willing to hang around. This could be a blast, and you might learn something that could win you your league this year. Matt and I are full of little nuggets that you never know what might come through and just help you win that illustrious cash or that dignity, because that's what we really care about here. Mr. Matt Thomas, how are you doing, bud?
Doing all right. Just got back from the screening. Won't say what movie. But I'm very, very excited. It's free agency. It's live. It's going.
Insert the La La Land Ryan Gosling. It's very exciting, and no one else understands it but us.
Exactly. And free agency always makes me go.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a hope too.
Dude, let's knock out the extensions off the top of the block, and I'm gonna ask you for your most impactful, maybe possibly the one the team is gonna regret in the last year. We'll put it that way. We got Steph Curry signing a huge $215 million over 4-year extension with the Golden State Warriors.
Not a bad extension.
What?
I said not a bad extension.
Not a bad extension. No. Excuse me. We have Trae Young signing a max 204 over 5. And I'd like for you to compare that with Shea's 178 over 5. Go.
His makes sense because, you just led your team to an Eastern Conference Finals. Shea just got paid because, we messed up and it leaked out that we were looking to trade you to get up into the upper echelon picks. And now we need to make sure we keep you as a building block. Shea's a good player.
He's a great player.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
No, I think he's a great player. I believe SGA is a great player.
Well, no, what I mean is I believe he kind of falls into the Colin Sexton tier of he's not worth the max, but he's still going to get the max because he puts up the stats you need for the max, but your team's not winning, so it's kind of empty numbers. And you need someone to be like, here, we paid someone who's going to look good.
And let's see the other extension. You probably have the numbers better. Let me see. The Jared Allen extension.
5 years, $100 million.
That's a great number.
Yes.
Especially when you look at the rest of this.
Yeah. So, some people are like, oh, you don't pay centers that much. When it's one of the best defensive centers in the league, you do. Look at Rudy Gobert. And they're like, oh, but you just drafted Mobley. We have this thing in Cleveland called Tower City, which we now have 2 7-footers. One is probably going to be our power forward because he's slimmer and has unicorn skills. And then we have Jared Allen, who's going to be that defensive anchor, and it's just going to be Tower City, and it's going to be great. I think it's the right number. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not too much because that can be an issue where you sign a center to too much, but they don't bring that. Like Jared Allen is what you would consider a $16 to $20 million center. He's not DeMarcus Cousins.
He is the prime equivalent to the guy I was about to bring up, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
Signed a 4-year, $78 million contract, averaging out at $16 million a year with the Mavericks. And I think it's perfect. Perfect number, perfect spot. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You can justify that. It's an easy trade piece. Definitely like to see that. And then the final extension, most surprising one of all in terms of timing of the matter, Mr. Jimmy Butler getting $185 million over 5 years, I believe is the number.
Something like that.
Sheesh.
What was not expecting. It's just one of those things like you could have waited to pay him, but like
4 years in excess of $184 million. So,
it's
yeah.
Here's my thing. Jimmy Butler, he's a great player. I just don't like. I think he's he's a superstar, but he's not like
It's $46 million a year, by the way, folks.
He's
46.
He's definitely not worth it. He's one of those superstars who is a superstar, but he's that B tier superstar, like a Mike Conley, where Mike Conley gets paid superstar money, except for this past contract. Last contract he did. Last contract he was the highest paid player in the NBA for a while. But he's not, he's not CP3. Jimmy Butler's known for his defense and his scoring ability. That's what it is.
Right.
And even then, he's not the best scorer. He's not gonna go out and put 40 on a whim. He's very much the I'm gonna drop 25 and maybe 30 on a good night type player.
Exactly. And to me, that is what makes a great GM separate from a good GM. And I think we're really looking at Pat Riley right now in a really questionable sense, because you look at these other moves, and let's just take the time to talk about the Heat, because they deserve it, because they made the most moves out of any team, and their team looks so similar, but now with better, just a bit of pieces added in. Kyle Lowry coming over in the sign-in trade. His contract is going to be a 3-year deal, $90 million. So it's $30 million. That's $74 million backcourt for two dudes that are on the wrong side. I mean, you can make that argument for a lot of teams, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Then they get into Jimmy Butler, like we just discussed. Duncan Robinson gets in on a 5-year extension.
Highest undrafted rookie player, highest paid undrafted rookie ever, mind you.
Yes. Also includes an ETO after the 4th year. So it's 5 years, $90 million. Let's just do some math there. 90 divided by 5. $18 million a year for Duncan Robinson. That is absolutely ridiculous. I think Pat made the decisions that he had to. I think Duncan, that is a tradable contract.
Yes.
Very tradable contract.
Especially down the line.
Yep.
Especially down the line, because you're like, okay, shooting is at a premium in this league. And that's partly why he got paid so much.
Right.
But at the end of the day...
So damn lanky.
Yeah, he's so lanky.
He's a tiny dude. I feel like if you punch him too hard, he didn't go in very often.
He's still 6'7". But shooting's at a premium. He's getting paid more than Dougie McBuckets, and he's honestly a better player than Dougie McBuckets, which, sorry, Toby, it's just the truth. And Dougie McBuckets left for San Antonio, which, sorry, Toby, it happened.
He's got a lot of minutes now.
Yeah. I mean, but, like, other moves that the Heat made, they plucked up Markieff Morris, who killed them in the finals that year.
Yep.
Which
Dwayne Dedmon.
Yep. I was really hoping for
Gabe Vincent, and then the biggest one, pulling PJ Tucker from the Bucks, because apparently the Bucks were not willing to pay him more to go over the salary tax. And he tweeted out today, or he put in his Instagram story, just like my grandmama used to say, control what you can control. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
that's salty.
Remember how last week we talked about we didn't think the Bucks are repeating? I really
don't think. Yeah. No. Because let's see, they grabbed somebody. They grabbed Semi Ojeleye. Ojeleye. Oh, whoa. Yeah, really coming in there and replacing those PJ Tucker minutes, right? All right, Matt, you got like 3 minutes. Tell me why the Lakers did a good job.
I'm not going to say they did a great job. They did a decent job, because
I said good job. I said good job. I didn't say great. I said good. That's G-O-O-D, not G-R-E-A-T. Just want to spell that out for everybody. Okay.
No, fair enough. No. Lakers did a good job, in my opinion, because they brought back Dwight Howard, which is something they absolutely needed to do. Their center rotation was not the same. When they signed Andre Drummond after he got bought out, the hope was he would bring what Dwight Howard did, and he didn't. Dwight Howard still played the exact same way he played in LA while with the 76ers, and the 76ers got to the Eastern, what is that? The Eastern Conference semifinals, and he was still doing what he needed to do. He was a great replacement for Joel Embiid. I think he goes back to being the second unit center because Marc Gasol, especially with what your starting lineup is going to be, you're going to need Marc Gasol because of his ability to space the floor. Re-signing THT was a must. Very good defender. Can score when called upon, not the greatest. The big move I really appreciate was Carmelo because you needed someone to be a more consistent scorer than who Kuzma was, but still replace those points. Kendrick Nunn as your backup point guard. Huge get. The Heat stole a player from you. You steal a player from the Heat. Turn down more money in Miami to go play with LeBron because he gets an opt-out after this year if he's not happy. It's a $5 million per year deal. Can't really be mad about it. I'm sad Caruso is gone, but Chris Anthony Lopez, if he was here, he'd be screaming up and down about how the Bulls, they're coming back, the Bulls. But overall, good, solid moves. I do like undrafted free agent Mac McClung. Saw Jalen just said none of the Lakers except Westbrook are going to play their age and minutes. No, they're not. But they don't need to play their age and minutes. Like, the idea is these are your role players, and some of them have championships and championship experience.
Bro, if they're playing their age and minutes, the Lakers are fucked.
Yes.
They are fucked.
But overall, I just think they got the right kind of players because part of their issue this past year was they couldn't keep scoring going when either LeBron or AD went off the bench. You and I talked about last week, you bring in Westbrook, you stagger his minutes with LeBron, or you look at what Miami did and treat Westbrook like Miami treated Dwayne Wade. So.
Sorry to bust out the old-fashioned shit rats for you. All right, let's take a look here at what we're doing. Let's just break this down. Hold on, we're going to you ready for this? How old is Carmelo Anthony?
37.
Oh, she didn't say it. I was asking Siri, and she didn't say it out. Like, Carmelo Anthony is 37 years old. These dudes, they backed up the short bus to the retirement home, and we're like, get in. We're going to Staples Center. We got a bunch of mid-level we got a bunch of minimums over here. We got some money for some of y'all. Some of you might get playing time, but most of you are going to be gone by the trade deadline. Get in the car. This, to me, screams Rob Pelinka has no idea like what to do, and it's not his fault, Matt. It's not his fault. This is objectively the worst batch of free agents we have had in a very long time. And I mean that by obtainable free agents. People that are like look at where these guys are going to and how much trouble Miami had to go through to get Kyle Lowry. How much trouble any of these
Chicago had to go through for DeMar
Chicago to get Lonzo, right, to pluck him away.
Lonzo and DeMar, because DeMar had to.
Yeah, they had to sign and trade that too. Lakers are sitting here. Are you kidding me? There are people in the Twitter streets celebrating this THT. This dude he's like not playing like active finals minutes. And y'all are like, what? Like, I get it. Like, he's good. I get it. Like, he's a good player.
Finals this year. Last year was his rookie year. Didn't play a lot.
Okay.
This year he did play a decent amount. They didn't get far enough. So
they didn't get far enough. He was doing the thing. Oh my god! And then the offseason hype before the season just blew him up into the superstar. LeBron tweets about him one time, and he turns into a household name. I'll give you the Kendrick Nunn stuff. I thought it was Chris Dunn, and I was really pissed. Kendrick Nunn is a really great player. I really like him out of Illinois. Kent Bazemore, okay, he's back. Let's just do it. They're just running this back. This is the Expendables. Kent Bazemore, wrong side of 30. Wayne Ellington. Are you kidding me? 35. Welcome
Wayne
back.
Ellington is just a shooter.
I don't care. I don't care.
Kent Bazemore, Your Warriors offered him more money and more.
That's fine. And then we got the better player in Otto Porter, so that's fine. Kent Bazemore's a better towel weight.
What I'm getting at is one's very injury prone and missing.
Yeah, I'm not asking Otto Porter to end up playing. Kent Bazemore will average 28 and a half minutes this season, if not more. He'll be at like 34. He'll be in the final five. He'll be in the final five on the court in the fourth quarter. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They'll try THT out there and it'll be like, yeah, let's try it. And then he'll miss a shot. And they'll be like, bam, wouldn't it have been great if Kent was out there? I bet he would have had a shot at it.
I think Kent's going to start just because
he's going to start. Isn't that going to be crazy? He's going to start. Oh my God. Like, that's what we're talking about here.
They need someone who has the ability to space the floor, which he can do. That's why I say that.
Okay, Malik Monk. I feel like I'm the only person that watches Malik Monk. The Charlotte fans know.
Nick Mulbach is the president of the Malik Monk fan club. I'm going to say
who right is now. He really?
Yes, Nick has been
in
love with Malik Monk every year. Because I told you how he and I will do 2K. I'm at.
Is he a Kentucky guy or is he just like he just got him one? Is it why I'm a Justin Jefferson guy? Because I broke NFL records in Madden with him.
He liked Malik Monk in college. And he rode with them because of his ability to shoot since then. And Nick, anytime we played
that SEC tournament run he went on was nasty. That was a nasty ride from like the 8 seed too, weren't they? They were like it was the worst Kentucky team people thought they ever had. Then that team ended up going to like the Elite 8.
Yep. And
it was him. That boy was a scorer. Yeah, that boy was a scorer.
Every single 2K team Nick Mulbach has, I can promise you Malik Monk will be on it.
I love it. So, okay, Dwight's back. Like, I get it. I get why. Okay, here's where I agree with every single point you just made and where I defer. These are the exact stereotype of players I want surrounding LeBron James.
Yes.
To load that into my prior point, this is just the worst crop of people to pull from. Therefore, this is why I compared it to the 2009 Lakers free agency class, where they paid Timothy Mozgov an ungodly amount of money.
That was in 2009. That was
2011, 13.
They paid 14. That was after the Cavs won their championship. The Lakers paid Mozgov.
Whichever one they ended up paying Ariza.
That was 16. It was because it was the year we won the championship. The year we won the championship, they paid Mozgov. I remember that for a fact.
I gotta look this up.
But yeah, it's just
keep going.
Yeah,
summer 2016. After helping the Cavs win their first championship in the previous season. Yeah, okay, it reminds me of that. Wow, that was only 5 years ago. That feels like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it really does.
Because then Kobe retired the year after. Because this was Kobe's last crew. Because they paid Kobe the like $50 million a night contract. That was like one of the most ungodly things I'd ever seen.
No, this is the year after Kobe. Kobe's last year was 2016. I remember because I went to the last game for Kobe, if I remember, in Cleveland, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It was a February game. February 10th, 2016 was his that was the year we won the Cavs winning the championship and Kobe retiring.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me as I refer to the correct year. The 2015-2016 class was Roy Hibbert being acquired in a sign-and trade, Brandon Bass, and Lou Williams.
Lou was a good one. That was when Lou wasn't even Sweet Lou yet. That was just Lou.
That was D'Lo's for D'Angelo Russell's rookie year.
Yeah, no.
He loves those guys.
That Lou Will in the Lakers is why we have Lou Will where he is now, where he's respected.
Kobe taught him how to be a dude. You know, like Kobe taught him the Mamba mentality. That's why he's so confident. It's not because he has a, annual pass to Magic City, though that helps with your confidence, I would say. All right, dude, give me your what the fuck were you thinking contract? Just one. I'll hold you one.
I remember it was in our group chat. As I remember, I was like, "What the hell?" Woj, don't fail me now.
Was it Evan Fournier to the Knicks?
That was kind of expected to me. Devontae Graham might be up there. Honestly, as much as I like, it's probably I love Caruso, and I'm a
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, Caruso's not worth that much money, but I'm a Ball family guy. But Lonzo's 4 years, $85 million. That made no sense because he hasn't put up $85 million numbers. Like,
Okay. Let's play a game. No. We can play a game with who's been signed. We can play a game with who's been signed with the numbers. Okay, we can play a game with who's been signed. Okay.
Zach
so
Collins
objectively
3
speaking,
years, $22 million.
Okay, so objectively speaking, let's find. I'm taking two players. Okay, I'm taking a player at $30 million, and I'm taking a player at $16 million. Okay, I have two players in my brain. All right, and that's their worth to their teams. All right. Tell me which way you think. What is that? You said 48 over 4. That's $22 million a year.
Lonzo's 85 over 4.
Okay, $21.25 million a year. Okay, so you're telling me that so who do you think makes $16 million a year that we've talked about tonight?
Worth $16?
No, that makes. I'm talking about market value.
I know. Wait, let me finish my statement. Worth and makes Mike Conley. He signed a team-friendly deal.
That's a very different. Okay, that is an outlier. I need you to skew younger and compare to the younger based off the draft year and contracts that they're being presented with. Duncan Robinson is a $16 million player. Okay, so that is the tier under, right? So if Lonzo's like, you gonna give me Duncan Robinson numbers, bro? Really? I'm Lonzo Ball. But team-wise, it's not like they do that bit of different stuff. Lonzo's a better passer, and Duncan's a better shooter.
Yeah. But also, my thing is,
the $30 million guy was Kyle Lowry.
But Kyle is in that point where he's running off of the fumes of winning a championship, and he was the starting point guard in this.
I get that, but then that's what $30 million is. I know, so then you trail $9 million a year off of that, you get Lonzo. You trail $4 million a year off of that, you get Duncan Robinson. You know, so it's an interesting spot that you put them in, especially when it's like so. The National Card Convention was this weekend in Chicago. Shout out to everybody.
My buddy Carl was there.
Oh, Carl, I needed help with some pickups, bro. Come on, bro. I need to know these things. And these dudes are sitting there, right? And I'm watching all these YouTube videos. And they're sitting there like, dudes are like, oh, what's the comp? Right? Like, show me the comp. Show me the last sale of this item. And then we can negotiate based off of my price and what you think the card is worth based off of what it last sold for, right? That's what all these players can do now. Players can walk in here and be like, dude, Woj just said. Like, I have receipts. Like, Woj literally just said, Duncan just got 16, so...
And see, that's why I said Shea. That's why I'm in favor with Colin Sexton. Well, Shea's
deal literally came in right after Trey's. It was like within 90 seconds, I think those tweets went out.
Yeah, and now Colin Sexton go, look at Trey, look at Shea, give me my money. No.
That's not going to happen yet.
Realistically, I think what's happening is Sexton's going to end up being a restricted free agent. They're going to let him set his market. When he finds out no one wants to pay him that much money a year, he's going to be...
Honestly, he's not a bad guy to go to the Pelicans.
He's not, but I don't think Griffin would take him. The issue, because apparently they reached out, there was conversations.
Oh, well, see?
The issue with that GMs have with Colin is he has the label of not a passer, not ball dominant. But here's what I got to say to these people. Who the did he have on his team?
Who does he have on his team like now? Like, it's not like it's gonna like get better. Like, Mobley's like what? Gonna help the assist numbers and the pick and roll? Like, yeah, sure. But in theory, Jared Allen could have been doing that the whole time.
What I mean is, there wasn't any natural scorers outside of him and Darius Garland. Mobley, you give them another natural scorer. It's just one of those, like, he's asked to basically do what LeBron did, and that's do everything. The same thing is, he's not LeBron. He can't do everything. Like, he's asked to be the scorer. He's asked to, like, keep in mind, this is a guy who took down the Brooklyn Nets single-handedly. I can't believe people continue to forget that. It's just, it's frustrating. I'll pay him, but I want to pay him what he's worth. And I don't know if he's worth. Oh, here's my what the fuck contract, Colin. Norman Powell, 5 years, $90 million.
I love Norman Powell.
That was based off of this. He got paid based off of his performance this year. I like Norman Powell as a player, but I don't think he's worth that much either.
He's a crucial part of the Raptors championship roster.
I didn't say he wasn't.
He came off a good year. He came off 2 good years. And he was lights out in moments for the Blazers when CJ was down. Like, he was perfect. Perfect.
What's up, Buck? Yeah, your Phoenix Suns haven't done jack squat.
Well, they got the Players Association president to take a team friendly deal, which that was pretty impressive. And then they were like, "Hey, give
$140 million." Yeah,
it could have been more. It could have been more.
True.
It could have been way more. It could have been another 10 a year if you wanted it. Well, okay. Yeah, my what the fuck contract is everything the Knicks did. That is the most boring thing to possibly happen to the city of New York, even though the city loves that team.
They overpaid D Rose.
Overpaid D Rose.
Granted, glad that man's getting a bag after a couple contracts.
Though you can tell all these contracts are running 3 years for D Rose, Nerlens Noel, and Alec Burks.
Yes.
Shout out to Taj Gibson coming back.
Signed another 1 year.
Signed another 1 year. Get that money, Taj. Get that
underrated signing for me, and I was telling you, Patty Mills at 2 years, $12 million, because Duke can fill up the box score. And Malik Monk. Those are my 2 underrated signings.
My underrated signing is going to be wait, where was he? Wait. Rudy Gay and Hassan Whitesides is the last 2 little vet pickups for the Utah Jazz. Feel like that's a nice little veteran presence to come in there and help them out in the playoffs. Hassan's playable for 8 minutes a game.
A natural backup to Rudy Gobert. That's what they needed, because who was their backup before? Tony Bradley.
Yeah, that wasn't going nowhere. No. Well, that will.
Real quick, you want to talk about another signing that's not basketball related? Nick Chubb's team-friendly extension. I love it. I love it.
That was a very nice extension. Still waiting on one in Baltimore. We're still waiting.
Hey, we're waiting on one more or 2 more in Cleveland. So,
Lamar, get your mom in the office. Call Eric. Sign the fucking papers. Sick of this shit. Let's go. We got work to do. All right. So, we got a little Olympic talk. Simone Biles coming through with that bronze medal today.
People saying people shitting on her for getting a bronze. Please.
Well, now it's just been revealed in the last 22 minutes that I see in this article that she revealed, unfortunately, that her aunt had passed away during the games. And that is what took her away. So, hope you all feel like shit now for railing on somebody who didn't need you to rail on her, but instead needed you to just fucking hug her through the internet. And instead you stabbed her like Caesar. So, nothing but respect, because she's obviously a baller. And shout out to the Russian Olympic Committee team that dominated the gymnastics. Also, shout out to the dudes on one knee that row. These guys are on one knee. There's 2 dudes on a boat, or 2 dudes on a little paddleboard. They're both on one knee and they're rowing on opposite sides. And it was one of the wildest races I've ever seen in my life. That was crazy. And Cuba came from behind to beat China and Germany. Huge upset in whatever that was. And then I ended up watching like kayaking, like these just one person in a kayak just going ham, just wild, unbelievable stuff. And then last night, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Man, Team USA, bro. Team USA.
Looked rough, finished strong.
We are back. We're back.
Now we play Australia, who beat us in the
twice. They beat us twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Beat us in prelims, and they beat us in the they beat us in like the exhibition games, and then they beat us in the prelims. So
no, they didn't. We didn't play them. That was France who beat us in the prelim.
Then we lost to them twice in exhibition.
No, the other one got canceled because.
They beat us in FIBA 2019.
Yes.
Yep. That sucked. So Australia has our number, and they have Patty Mills. Dellavedova.
Yeah.
I said I would always call him Matthew Deli. I would just call him keep the deli open past 12 because that's when he's lethal. The later in the game the deli went, the better the sandwiches were. It seemed like for him. This Team USA team's kind of clicking it in. It seems that Kevin Durant kind of has the green light now. And then when he comes out, it is fucking Dame time. Like, check the clock. Like, it is on. And he's just start jacking them up from nowhere. Draymond Green is taking dudes off the block from the 3-point line like it is 2014. It is awesome. It's sick.
I'm happy that they're looking better. I still can't see him winning the gold. I got him winning silver.
Are you serious? You still don't have to see winning the gold right now?
I don't feel comfortable
because you know who's winning the gold?
Luka.
This man is playing literally ungodly basketball. He had 48 points in the first game, and now he's come out. I don't know if people understand. He's never lost a game playing for Slovenia. They are 18-0. 18-0. At some point, even Coastal Carolina believes they're a good football team. Like, sometimes you can just believe in yourself, and you can do it. But if they run into fucking America, they are going to lock him down. Draymond Green is going to fight
all over him.
All over him. And he's never really gotten to play against Luka for, I think he's probably played him like 3 or 4 times. Jade Zarek probably sat out the game anyways because it's been the motive for the last 2 years of Draymond to sit out whatever the fuck we actually did to guard somebody. And now he's actually, God, he might be the best basketball player on the planet. Like, he is in the conversation of like the top 5 people that are able to dribble a basketball. He did something the other night where he drove into the basket with his face to the basket at the free throw line and just flicks it backwards and and not even a flick. It was like 3 fingers, like just gently pass the ball to the dude behind him at the 3-point line, and of course it goes in. Like, he's got every single badge that you can have in 2K. When he passes the ball to you, there's a higher percentage chance that it's gonna go in. Like, he gets all these foul calls, and he's bitching and moaning like it's May in the NBA, and I love it. Like, bitching Luka's, he turns over to the ref. He could probably speak the ref's language. He looks at him and goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, he is John McEnroe in the basketball right now. And these refs are like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. Like, you are not getting these calls at all. And these games go real smooth. 10-minute quarters, 1 commercial, maybe. And then it's like a 1.5-minute commercial. And then it comes back. And then it keeps going.
That's FIBA basketball for you.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Real quick, shout out to Ricky Rubio setting the new record on points scored against Team USA.
Yeah, I watched it. Every time. Shout out one. Hold on. This is important. Shout out to Bob Fitzgerald, Bay Area legend. Bob Fitzgerald, former voice of the Warriors on NBC Bay Area, has been calling the hell out of these Team USA games with Vince Carter and has been teeing Vince Carter up with alley-oops, like, as what an amazing broadcaster. And now, excuse me, he's getting to go back and channel his Kevin Durant. Like, he's like getting to go back into the log and pull out all the old Kevin Durant calls. And Draymond's there, so he's having a bit of fun. And dude actually likes basketball. I know there are some NBA people that will just like, I know y'all will just read the stat card of who's there and you'll read the info off. Bob Fitzgerald knows his stuff. When you pull like a local broadcaster, you know how in depth those guys are because they actually travel and watch every game, right?
Go to the practices,
right? See them. They're there talking to them too. Like, I mean, you don't really see it often that away team media, you know, is asking the home team questions in like a regular season game, but it happens. It happens sometimes if it's big enough or whatever. But to me, I love this USA new mindset after the losses of give it to KD. So with that in mind, you want to change your pick?
No, I'm still staying.
So what medal do they get?
I said before, silver or bronze. I'm sticking with it.
No, you got to pick one.
Bronze. I don't think they're beating Australia.
All right. I think they're getting gold. All right. I really think this team is getting gold. Drew Holiday, I don't know if maybe he hit up like a acupuncture room or whatever. Mid-season form. It's almost like he just won the NBA Finals, and he was on the best basketball team of the year, and he is locked in. Devin Booker is killer from the mid-range, cannot find the international three, and I think he's just like, some of these guys don't want to feel like a dick and just like start pulling up, you know, like, because they could do it. They could totally just start pulling up from, because the FIBA line it's like a foot in, right?
It's like a foot or two in. Actually.
It's a foot or two in. Like, it's kind of ridiculous for some of these guys. Like, this is a three, but they're off. Like, they don't. That's not where their bodies go, and they see the line, and it really does mess with them. I think it does more so than we like actually give it credit for. I think they're getting gold, and I think they're gonna play Luka and Slovenia, and it is gonna be. I will have popcorn. I will put a sign on the door outside of the apartment that says, "I'm sorry, Luka is playing America. Why aren't you also this excited?" And I will have myself a time. If we lose to Australia,
Colin's going to be sad in the club.
I will be in the closet for a few days. You will not be able to find me if we lose. That's tomorrow night at 12:15 Eastern is when that comes on, by the way.
I'm so mad because I have work Thursday morning, so I
can't. Don't worry. You'll get my live text / tweeting reaction.
I'll be asleep
as soon as you wake up. But yeah, that'll do it for the Olympics portion of the show. Brings us to a new segment. Welcome, folks, to Fantasy Island, where we give you everything you need to know to get ready for your fantasy football extravaganzas this year. Cannot wait to get back into it. We also have the Watt League. We still have a few spots open if anybody wants to get in and test their wits against the hosts from this wonderful network. We're going to have pretty much everybody's in there right now. It's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top. Matt, it's fantasy football season. Camps are in full swing. What's your number one thing you're looking for this year out of the running back position?
Steady production.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it really dries up after like DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and can we talk about Madden rated fucking Marlon Mack better than Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah,
Marlon Mack, who didn't play last year because Jonathan Taylor, who was a beast, Just no. No. Sorry, I'm just.
Well, to me, this year is going to be very important for running backs to really set themselves apart in this kind of range that unfortunately we get stuck in, where it's just hard to find production after we pull up these little rankings here. I mean, shoot, it gets thin here after Travis Etienne is a top 20 back. Like, that's ridiculous. He's going to be like, you're hoping he's Austin Eckler. They haven't shown you anything. And he's coming in before guys like DeAndre Swift. Or no, he's not. He's coming in a few spots after them. Then you got guys like Josh Jacobs within 5 slots of Travis Etienne. That blows my mind. This makes no sense. And then you get into, here's where it gets rough. James Robinson. After Mike Davis. I think Mike Davis is going to win people fantasy leagues this year. That's my pick. Mike Davis is going to be huge in Atlanta. He's got a lot of dudes that nobody knows about behind him. And everybody knows Mike Davis after what he did to fill in for CMC last year. Big help from those players that were lucky enough to handcuff him. James Robinson after Mike Davis. Chase Edmonds for Arizona. Melvin Gordon for Denver. Raheem Mostert for San Francisco. Ronald Jones. And
Raheem Mostert's probably not starting from what it's
then immediately after that, Trey Sermon. So really, these rankings are like, how are you supposed to differentiate between all of this? Like, how in the world does that even, like, attempt? Okay, so folks, here's how we're really going to break down what we're doing here. Matt has been gracious enough to set up a mock draft on our favorite app, Sleeper. Please sponsor us. We would love that. Sleeper, you're awesome. The #1 place for fantasy football. And Matt has been so gracious enough to take the 6th pick. I'm going to do a random number generator from 1 to 10. And I got, or was it, is it 10? It's 10. And I got number 9. So I'm going to take pick number 9 so we can really let these running backs fall into place, Matt. I think that's really important.
Yep.
Because it is really easy for these guys to just, you know, these mock drafts can get a little screwy, right? Like I had one where CMC fell to 3.
They dropped Nick Chubb to 13. Last week when you and I did a personal one, just us two, not even, he was 7. What caused him to drop 6 spots?
Yeah, that's a lot. All right. I am in. Sir, you are welcome to start. Christian McCaffrey goes 1. Patrick Mahomes 2. Dalvin Cook. Wait, are we doing that super flex? Take the super flex off. You got to take that super flex off. We got to restart the draft. Take the super flex off. Nobody does super flex. It's so dumb. Nobody does that. That's so stupid. It makes quarterbacks so weirdly valued. Get it out of here. You restart the draft. Restart it.
Ours includes a super flex.
No, we are not. No, I'm not playing in a super flex league. I'm not playing in it. It's my show. It's my show. We are not playing Superflex. That's dumb. Take it back. Take it back.
Man, we just got to run through it real quick.
Oh, my. No, we don't. You can hit back and it will die. Just hit end draft.
There we go.
It just makes it weird because when people do their normal drafts, people don't do super flexes. So it's not standard for most people.
I love the super flex.
It's so dumb, dude. Like, why? It overvalues quarterbacks.
See, it may overvalue quarterbacks, but you still don't have to in your actual league. So I'm going to drop this real quick.
Folks, what do you think? Is Superflex dumb or not? Is it cool? I mean, come on.
I've had guys who absolutely love it. And that's how I wasn't even for it, and then somebody showed it to me, and I was just like, Okay, this is actually really fucking fun.
If I listen to a fantasy podcast, you know what they never talk about?
Superflex.
Superflex. It's like those old people that use salary leagues.
Oh no, fuck salary leagues.
Okay. Send me the new link. This is going to be a bloodbath. Because Matt's definitely taking Nick Chubb at the 6th pick.
Yep, value.
All right. Let's go. Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, Tyreek Hill. I wonder who he's going to pick, folks. Nick Chubb. Ooh, leaving me with the hardest pick of the night. Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm looking at Zeke here. I'm looking at...
We all know what you should be picking right now. I mean, so Reefism, what Superflex a lot. The reason it affects QB values is because with a Superflex you can play 2 QBs at once. So
it weights it. So on average, you say like Patrick Mahomes is going in the 4th or 5th round right now in most drafts, right? So Superflex you just saw in this computer thing,
second overall.
You went second in the fucking thing. So I mean, right? You could pick Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen with the first 2 picks, and you know you're sitting pretty all year, right? I gotta go with my guy here. It just feels wrong. I gotta go Zeke. DK Metcalf leaving me with what? Are you kidding me? Is this real life? Devontae Adams, welcome to the team. Oh, Matt. Okay, so let's take a look, Matt. Let's talk about this. So what are you thinking here?
I'm getting the best quarterback in the league right now. That's I know exactly what I'm thinking.
So you're going to take a quarterback in the 2nd round.
I'm taking a quarterback in the 2nd round strictly because I don't trust Austin Eckler. DeAndre Hopkins has basically been known he's not getting vaxxed. So I don't trust. Plus, Mahomes is just a fantasy god. So I feel comfortable taking him, I guess I should say.
Well, it comes back around. You've already got 1 running back. Now you're sitting here with Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Or we're looking at Keenan Allen.
I'm looking at Darren Waller.
Darren Waller. That is you are really trusting these rankings here.
No, I trust players that I've had on my fantasy teams the past few years.
I get that.
Where I've won 2 out of 3 possible championships. So
as I've previously mentioned, the running backs get very scarce. And as I look over, my guy's taken 2 wide receivers. So I feel comfortable. And what are your thoughts on Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson put up over 30 points for me multiple times because he's a dual threat back. He's a receiving back.
And he had turf toe.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that I would be dumb to not pair him with Ezekiel Elliott.
I wouldn't say you would be dumb, but I would say you're going to be underrating him.
And the bye weeks line up. Folks, Antonio Gibson, welcome to the team. Ooh, there goes Josh. No! He went 3 wide receivers and took my scary Terry pick. Damn it. That was going to be perfect. That's the perfect little back end, I think, right there, if you're really looking at it, man. That's it's tough to pick between Allen Robinson and Keenan Allen for me. Pitch me Allen Robinson. Without sucking Justin Fields off on national internet television.
Not actually going to do that because Andy Dalton is still a competent quarterback. He's actually going to have a competent quarterback throwing to him for the first time in a long time. Julio Jones wouldn't actually be bad here because if you're
He's a
looking,
wide receiver too.
yeah, then he's right below Allen Robinson, and he's my thing is, and people hate when I say this. I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. Just because he has a strong arm doesn't mean he has an accurate arm when going deep. So,
I have a sleeper pick. I believe Mike Evans is going to be the pick that, out of the four of these, has the most likely chance to be a wide receiver one when it comes to the end of the year in terms of points. A top 5 wide receiver, I believe Mike Evans has that potential. That is why Mike Evans, welcome to the team, folks. Welcome to the team. Now we look at what Matt has here. He's taken his quarterback. He's taken his tight end. He's gone 0 wide receivers through round 3. What's he going to do here? He's scrolling very far.
I'm just thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, do I want to trust Allen Robinson or do I go for, once again, a player who I've trusted and put up numbers last year despite having poor quarterback play? Amari Cooper.
Wow. Amari Cooper gone in the 4th round. Goes Allen Robinson, Keenan Allen, and Julio go right after that. Then Chris Carson, Darrell Henderson, big pickup this year with the injury to Cam Akers. Kyler Murray gone, bringing us back around as Little Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are gone. What now?
I'm going to be bold.
Kyle Pitts. Did you just go 2 tight ends?
I went with one of the highest scoring tight ends and who's probably going to, and the player who's probably going to have Julio Jones points this year. Or fantasy points, I should say. So, yeah, it was bold. Definitely bold.
That was interesting. I appreciate your candor, and unfortunately, I don't agree with the pick. I think that's a reach after you take Waller.
Is it a reach? Possibly, but we'll see. I mean, I'm going based off of how I've done my drafts in the past. I always try to get a few rookies sprinkled in there, and I try to go with the rookies that I think will have the most value as a pick. He was still sitting there. We know he's probably going to be basically receiver one, even though he's a tight end. So
I'm with it. I'm sitting here. I got an interesting decision here. Adam Thielen is a beast.
Yes.
That dude is a fantasy beast. DJ Moore, fantasy beast, except for last season. Big bust last season.
CeeDee Lamb. Andrews is sitting there still.
Mark Andrews is sitting there. Big drop off in the tight ends after him and Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to go with my boy, Mark Andrews. There goes DJ Moore. Thielen, back to me.
Right there. Unless you want to trust Jamar Chase and the Joe Burrows connection.
I'm looking at quarterbacks here. I think I'm taking a.
You can wait on quarterback.
You can definitely wait, but unless you if you wait too long, I think I'm going here with a guy that's not going to be here on the back end of this. You know what? Screw it. I'm going for it. Justin Herbert. Let's go. I like Herbert a lot. I think he balls out. You going double? Oh man, you just thought about going double Cowboy, didn't you?
No, I was thinking about Jamar Chase. I am thinking about double Cleveland running backs, though.
Are you gonna play them both?
Yeah, because here's the thing: Nick Chubb puts down the yards on the run. Kareem gets it's a PPR league. Kareem's the one who catches passes. So he's still normally getting about 10,
18 points.
10 to 18 points.
Yeah.
So for that, yeah, and then I just got to be careful with who I pick later
There
on.
goes Chase, Lamb, Dak, Gaskins, Brandon Ayuk, OBJ, Devonta Smith, Tyler Lockett, Deontay Johnson, Hawkinson.
And now this is why my waiting paid off. I have my 3 running backs.
There you go. And I waited 2, and I get Mike Davis. Now this gets interesting. Now this gets very, very interesting. I'm taking a guy here that I trust, that I believe in, and that I believe is more reliable than the wide receiver 1. Taking Chase Claypool here for the Steelers.
You motherfucker. That was literally my next pick.
Love it. Nothing makes me happier than making you upset about.
It's a mock draft, Shug. It's a live mock draft. So if that. Ooh.
Talk it through. So you're looking wide receiver here. What are you looking for in a wide receiver? Your wide receiver 3. What do you want?
This is my wide receiver 2.
2. Oh, shite.
So right now I'm leaning towards Jalen Waddle because I don't trust the quarterback situation in Denver. So I don't feel like I can go with Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy. Deebo Samuel wouldn't be a bad pick. Brandon Cooks, we don't know what's going on there. I already got 2 Cleveland Browns. I don't need to take a shot on Landry right now. So, yeah, we're going to...
Shug says, how is a Ravens fan going to take Claypool and a Browns fan be mad about it? Make it make sense. It's fantasy. We got to throw it all out. We got to throw it all out.
Throw it all out.
The NFL MVP of 2021 just went in the fucking 8th round. Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP, and he just went in the 8th round. Unbelievable stuff here in fantasy if you guys are wanting to wait on a quarterback. Bringing us back to Matt. Looks like he is still in need of receiver help.
Yeah, I am. But I also love running backs. My running back situation is figured out. I will figure out my receivers in these next few rounds.
Did you really just take Trey Sermon?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You're a confident little bugger, ain't you?
Not confident. I just... Realistically, if you draft properly, there's always going to be one position that'll always be a weakness that you pay attention to rookie standings throughout the year. So,
well, I can take a risk here. I have 3 running backs. I got 3 good wide receivers, 3 good running backs. Going with Michael Carter, the rookie running back out of North Carolina, playing for the Jets. He's been taking snaps with the starters.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's good value. You got to look for playing time at this point. You got to look for opportunities. When you get into these 8, 9 rounds, and you're looking for flex players, right? We're talking about wide receivers, running backs. You got to look for playing time here.
Yes, sir.
And now that brings us back to me after Gesicki and David Johnson go. Leaves me with one of my favorite wide receivers in the entire draft. I thought I was going to take him. I was between him and Claypool, and he's still here. I could take Robbie Anderson. Love that. Love that pick.
Bless my soul. I could take the once again, I bank on rookies a lot, and it helps me win me championships. So right here, I'm going future number 1 receiver of the Baltimore Ravens, who I wanted the Browns to draft this past year, and that's Rashad Bateman.
That's a reach, sir. He would have been there in the later rounds.
I'm looking based off of what was there. He was rated higher than Corey Davis and Curtis Samuel.
You've taken 4 rookies.
Yeah. I win chips with rookies. Yeah, I guess it's time to go with some proven production here.
Sheesh, you are scrolling, my dude. You are scrolling down.
I'm just trying to see what all my options are. Because right now, realistically, I'm thinking Corey Davis. Because he's a nice, steady receiver. But I think I'm gonna go Curtis Samuel. I like how he's not gonna be thrown to by a rookie quarterback. So I'm gonna go Curtis Samuel right here.
True.
I was gonna go Michael Gallup because he's normally been a fantasy god, especially the last couple of years. But I don't need to. I already doubled up when it came to running backs on my Browns. I'm just better off not taking that chance.
Going with the backup tight end here, going to take Irv Smith. And then brings me around to my backup QB, Deshaun Watson. Going with Clemson. Herbert is Oregon.
Yes, he is.
Sorry.
This is tough for me.
Yeah, you're sitting in a weird little spot here. I know who you should pick.
I should pick Baker, but I'm not.
No.
I'm kidding. No. I think I'm Justin Fields, because I don't think Dalton's going to last more than 3 weeks.
There goes the best steal of the 13th round, Mike Williams.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted you to pick.
That was where I was thinking if he survived. Yeah. Do I want to be that dickhead? I'm set on virtually every position.
He's going to take a kicker. You can take a kicker?
I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to take a kicker. That's what it smelled like from over here.
Yeah, I'm taking a kicker. Yeah, I'm taking a kicker.
You took the kicker.
Yes, sir. Because I couldn't let him get to you.
For me, I'm going Rondale Moore. And then, fine. You want to make the fucking run on kickers? Give me Harrison Butker. So every time you get a point, I get a point.
Fine with me. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go another rookie.
Wow.
And my defense is there for the taking. Let's go.
I just don't know how this defense doesn't I'm not wasting that pick on them right now because they'll be there at the next round. Yeah, I feel like Mecole Hardman is super slept on. How is he there in the 15th round? He's the number 2 wide receiver
If I wasn't afraid of losing the Browns defense, I would have picked up Mecole Hardman. That was who I was looking at.
Fair enough. And let's close this out, Colin. Who are you gonna pick? All these defenses. All of them. And who am I going to pick? Give me the Bills. Are you kidding me? Look at that division. Are you kidding me? The Bills are going to be ridiculous. And then Mac gets to take a flyer because he drafted Justin Tucker in the 13th round like a psychopath. Hey, grab Hayden Hurst. It'll be the best move of your life.
Yeah, no, it won't. Ooh, do I take a flyer running back? McKissick was fine last year. Chubb is not sure.
Holy shit. After hitting a game winner to win the basketball tournament, $1 million prize, guard Kiefer Sykes has agreed to a deal with the Indiana Pacers.
Nice.
Good for him. I've been watching the basketball tournament. Like,
Take a flyer
so
on Devontae partner. My brother was in it, so I watched it for a little bit. I watched it for a game, and then I'm like, all right, that's it.
Well, folks, what do you think? Let us know. Matt, let's run through your team. Your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Your running backs, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt.
James Robinson. And
so who's your RB2, Kareem Hunt or James Robinson?
Probably James Robinson, and then Hunt would probably be one of my...
So then you got Cooper, and who's your wide receiver 2? Waddle?
Jalen Waddle.
Wow, bud. Hey, let's look at a real roster and go look at mine with actual football players. I got Ezekiel Elliott, Devontae Adams, Antonio Gibson, Mike Evans, Mark Andrews, Justin Herbert, Mike Davis.
Keep in mind, Waller's going to offset some of the receiver issues.
Chase Claypool, Harrison Butker, Bills defense. And then the bench, Michael Carter, Robbie Anderson, Robbie, Irv Smith, Deshaun Watson, Rondale Moore. Huge pick for the Cardinals. I think he's got DJ Moore-like potential, Deebo Samuel-like potential to come in and really be a difference maker. Not really take anything from Hopkins. And closing out with Mecole Hardman. Yeah, that's a championship roster, folks. You want to draft like that. I'll tell you right now.
We'll see. No,
Matt, those dudes don't even have pictures.
I know.
Half your roster does not have a photo.
Yeah, I'm taking the exchange method, which has won me 2 out of the 3 fantasy football championships I played in the last couple of years. Played in 5 leagues, championships in 3.
Well, let's see how it does this year. And, folks, that will do it for this little mock draft as we get closer to the Watt Real Entertainment, Real Sports, Real Fantasy Football Draft. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be super exciting, and we hope that anyone out there hasn't joined in that wants to will drop on in. We got a few spots left, like I mentioned before. Folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Real Sports. It's always been a pleasure hanging out with my boy Matt Thomas. Matt, please run us through all of the things going down on this wonderful channel.
Well, tomorrow we got issue 3 of Real Geek Core. They will be talking about. I know they're doing Turner and Hooch, and Chris has kind of said it's kind of fluid at the moment what they're talking about, because geekdom is a lot. Geekdom is very fluid nowadays, so you can talk about almost anything. It's not back yet, but will be soon. Really Scared coming up on Thursdays. Friday, Wrestle Real. It'll either be a short live episode or a pre-recorded episode with Nick and Chris. Saturday, Saber Reels with myself, Colin, and Toby. Sundays, no Real Talk this week, taking the week off, but Sundays is normally Real Talk. Mondays is, of course, Spin from the Real, and I think we will be having none other than Paige Fabretti on. And then we're back here for Real Sports. And remember, Lot Fantasy Football League. Join up, people.
Sponsor us, Sleeper. Look at us. Free advertisement. We'll do it for free. We just want to hang. Whatever. Yeah. But, folks, that's going to do it. You can find me over at _C Morris. You can find Matt over at Watt_Matt, right?
Watt Movies _Matt.
Watt Movies _Matt. And everyone else over here, you can find everything they're doing at Watt Real Ent. Folks, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And remember, if you ain't first, you're last.